Black Moses.
Yes.
No, Case is what got me into sampling. Be rude,
Right.
because everybody's sampling this shit.
Definitely. They're still sampling this stuff.
Right. They be sampling the same old shit like Walk On By.
Mm-hmm. Facts.
I love Walk On By, but I'm just like, come on, nigga.
Mike was
Hell,
good.
even these. What's up, Mike? Hey, yo, Mike. In case I might be in the mood for another soap tonight. Let me know.
Tomorrow we going live. You thought it was tonight. It's tomorrow.
What you talking about?
Remember, so I'm going live at 8 p.m. It's tomorrow. It's not tonight.
Oh, okay.
Well, I was planning on going live tonight with somebody else, but that was gonna be on Instagram.
Okay. Just making sure. You know me doing early streams is new to me and stuff like that.
Yeah, you want to do streams when people are like half asleep and shit.
Well,
They drooling on themselves, and then like they see the notification. Oh, let me get up. Reg is on at 12 a.m.
yeah, man. All I'm saying is that a lot of changes are being made. I've had my 10 anniversary and stuff like that.
Well, that's good. You should change it for a different earlier slot. People want to see you at a decent time.
Right. However, oh, go ahead.
Instead, when they waking up, they seeing the live stream.
Yeah. But that does not mean I'm gonna stop doing late night.
No, of course not, because you hard headed.
You said what?
Because you hard headed.
Q said, "What is your favorite Isaac Hayes sample?" Well, that's easy. Redman's Tonight's the Night.
The one we're about to talk about on Tough Guy, this Tough Guy soundtrack.
And I already know what you're talking about.
Yep. One of the most popular rap samples ever.
I think I got so much dust in my feet. Damn. Well,
You don't clean it regularly. You don't clean it like wipe them. Oh.
Because I got incense ashes on them shit.
Oh man, that shit'll mess up the CDs, yo.
No, but most of it are sequel anyway, so I'm good.
Oh,
By the way, I gotta show y'all something. I'm gonna have my camera out because I'm cleaning, but
what's
my
good?
camera on.
Oh boy, you could have
Yeah,
kept your camera off. You could have kept your camera off for that.
This is a rare ass album. I tell you. I wish I had got this shit when we did the review. That's one of Try's favorites.
No, it ain't. It could be a penny. I don't think I would get it.
Mama. Oh.
And she used the beat. She used the BBD. She used the BBD beat, and she didn't even rap over that shit. That was like the intro.
Shit, probably Memphis was like, "Oh no, you gonna rap over this shit."
Right? I want my money.
It's like we support Latifah.
Facts.
So what's going on in the news? Funk Flex said that nobody can beat Busta Rhymes in the verses, not even Jay-Z.
They starting that again? They starting that again?
I guess so, Try. I guess so.
Busta Rhymes can be beat. It's just that you gotta have a strong playlist and a great performer. You gotta be a great performer on stage. You know, like Redman. I think Redman would be a nice battle for him. Redman by himself, not with Method Man. You know, or if he go up against Jay, who you think is winning that?
That's a good question.
You know what I'm saying? Who's winning that?
Jones got a new album next month.
Well,
Are you okay?
son of a bitch.
You okay? You okay?
Hold on.
This would be a good one. Want your love, don't you love, love, don't you love. Oh, what's up, Anton? I didn't realize you were here too.
My bad. Now I was saying like if who would be a good matchup for Buster besides Missy? He don't want to battle Missy though.
Why?
Because he felt like Missy and him had similar they would like their music was similar. Which I don't agree. I think that for Missy and him to me had the best videos of the 90s, but I don't think she sounds nothing like Busta Rhymes. You know? And he like what he was saying when he was telling Swizz and Tim like, yo, like if I battle Missy, he gonna go hard on her. Like he not gonna have like show no remorse or whatever. Right? So I'm like, yo, Missy could actually beat him. And I don't think he want that. I don't think he want to have that type of backlash where like you let Missy beat you. But who could really, other than Jay-Z or like I said, Redman, Ghostface. Even with Ghostface, I think he might lose. But
I say 50 Cent against Busta.
But 50 gotta use his mixtape shit too. Cause if he just using like his like joints from like, you know, Power the Dollar, Get Rich or Die Trying, and The Massacre, I think he would lose. But he gotta go in his mixtape bag for that one. And even like now, like when you hear 50 perform, he don't even do shit from Power the Dollar. You know what I'm saying? Like when I saw him in 2019, he didn't perform nothing from Power the Dollar. So it's like he basically skips over that album and goes straight to Get Rich or Die Trying and then the other stuff.
Hell, what about Busta Rhymes and Eminem?
That could work. I think Busta would win when it comes to the anthems. I mean, Eminem wasn't the type to do songs for the club. That wasn't him. You know what I'm saying? But Eminem has strong album cuts that could win rounds. You know, like if he do Role Model, that was a strong album cut. You know, Soldier. You know what I mean? Joints like that. You know, Guilty Conscience. So that could work. Like that would be a rapper versus right there. Like they can freestyle to any beat. You know what I'm saying? They've done a lot of remixes and features. But I feel like even with that, Buster would automatically have the advantage because he has the big hit. He has the big hit anthems, and I feel like there's gonna be like, even though people not gonna say it, there's gonna be a race card involved in that shit.
There's always a risk.
Cause if Eminem beat him, you're gonna hear so much people bitch and complain. Oh, you let a white boy beat you? Like, come on. Just fuck with the nigga cause he dope. You know what I'm saying? Whether he was Indian or black, white, whatever. But that the race card would come into play with that versus. So.
Oh yeah, you ain't lying about that. Okay, we're gonna start about 3 more minutes.
You know what I mean? But yo, this Buster could be beat. You know what I'm saying? There's definitely artists that can beat him. In my opinion.
So you know Memphis Bleak originally was supposed to have been the lead for Homeline?
I heard that, but he can't act. So how would that work?
Yeah, Jay-Z got mad at him and he passed on.
But that shit. Nobody would have watched that film. Like he can't act. You could barely run him. You know, like let's be real. Bleak wasn't no multi-platinum selling artist for Rockefeller. You know, he was decent, but he wasn't no great. Nobody was rushing to the stores to buy his album. I actually got 3. I got his first 3. But the understanding to me was the best one. Like the first one was okay. I do like 534, but none of those shits is classic.
Yeah.
You know, niggas was checking for Beans, for State Property. It's definitely for PD Crack, but he never dropped the album. For Freeway, that's what we were checking for on The Rock and Dipset. We wasn't checking for Bleak like that. Like he was just there. Like yeah, he got some okay shit, but nobody was like rushing to get his shit. You know what I'm saying? That's just what it is. Like I'm not sugarcoating none of these artists. Like people sit up there and be like, oh, I've always been a Bleak fan. No, you wasn't. You know, Dipset probably had like the biggest movement on that label when they got there. So that's what it was for me. It was Bird Gang all day. You know, I feel like Bleak never really. You see, like in the mixtape era, like Beans was dropping mixtapes and State Property, Dipset. Bleak wasn't doing that shit. He was resting on his laurels and shit. You know, he had like I think he had like a Get Low Records where he had G to K. He had Calico, but they never came out with shit. So he wasn't, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you were around Jay all day and he grooming y'all to be a businessman, like, he didn't take his tips from Jay to be a businessman and properly run the label. You know what I mean? So, you know what I mean? And he had the opportunities. Like, he's been on soundtracks and shit. So, it's not like he wasn't out there. I felt like the way 50, you know, looked at Yayo and Banks like they were lazy artists, that's what Bleak was. You gotta take advantage of that shit. Once you get your foot in the door, you gotta take advantage of that shit. And he didn't do that.
Right.
Which is why now people don't look. He don't. They look at him as more like a hype man than anything else.
Well, I ready to start whenever you are.
Yeah.
What's up, niggas? How y'all doing today? Your boy Reg in the building. YouTube criminal, YouTube enthusiast, whatever you want to call it. You know what I mean? I got my homeboy Travel with me.
Yo.
Nice friends to think he died. Instigated as motherfucker. You know what I'm saying?
Oh boy.
Yes, yeah. I got Sean some love and shit. Before I start, I want to say rest in peace to the actor that played Lotto, 8 Mile. They say he passed away yesterday. Let me pull up his name. Rashawn Breedlove. Yeah, rest in peace to him. They don't know how he died, but they said passed away, so rest in peace. So, we're going to do a double review. One of the greatest composers in music history. We also going to talk about Mr. Isaac Hayes. Do a double review on both soundtracks that came out in 1974. Tough Guy or Tough Guy and Tough Turner. The album artwork. Do you have either the album or no?
I got Tough Guys.
Oh, okay. So you got Tough Guys. Okay, we'll just talk about Tough Guys first.
Yep.
Alright. So this soundtrack was composed by Isaac Hayes with string arrangements from the Memphis Symphony Orchestra. You know what I'm saying? And rhythm tracks from Isaac Hayes' in-house band, The Movement. I don't think this album came out for the single shit. But yeah, what I'm doing now, you guys should know who Isaac Hayes is. He is it came out with the title theme. That was a single. Okay. And of course the Beast hung up on my baby. Josh know about that one. You know what I'm saying? Should have a slight echo. Hey, try to have an echo.
I don't hear nothing.
Probably a delayed playback.
Right.
But as long as y'all can hear me, that's cool. Alright. So other than that, yeah. So Isaac Hayes, you guys should know who he is. You know what I'm saying? We talked about Hot Fudge Soul. I believe we talked about the Shaft album too. And that's pretty much it. Give me one second. But yeah, man. So around this time, he was definitely more popular when it comes to the blaxploitation kind of field too. You know what I'm saying? Because around this time, blaxploitation movies were like the popular movies to go to when it comes to like African American and everything like that. But you gotta understand, even though blaxploitation movies was like very, 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 very popular at the time and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I mean, popular now. At the time, people were looking down on it because it was just like people thought it was making negative stereotypes of African Americans and everything like that. And then you had people talking about like a lot of that actually promoted like pimps and prostitutes and everything. You know what I'm saying? You had people like Cicely Tyson, Muhammad Ali, talking down on blaxploitation movies and everything like that too. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, Isaac Hayes, with the Shaft soundtrack, and of course with like Curtis Mayfield with the Superfly soundtrack too, like a lot of black artists was trying to utilize those blaxploitation movies throughout the 70s. Like a couple weeks ago, we talked about Marvin Gaye with Trouble Man. Of course, Willie Hutch with the Max soundtrack, which that's gonna come very, 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 very soon and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? So, but when it came to like black exploitation movies, Isaac Hayes was really like the foundation when it came to that shit. He was like he was like the like one of the go-to guys and everything. You know what I'm saying? But also like around this time too, in 1974, you know, Stax Records was kind of going down financially. You know what I'm saying? I mean, like it was still popular, but like they were having like seriously financial issues when it came to like their distribution and record sales and everything. And Isaac Hayes, he went through like a lot of money issues because he was in debt to like the Union Planners Bank and everything like that when it came to the loans for the Stax label. And when they could not repay Isaac Hayes sued them for like 5.3 million. You know what I'm saying? And they pretty much, released Isaac Hayes from his contract like by the end of 1974. So if you want to be technical, like I want to say like these albums were like the last albums that he had on Stax Records and everything like that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So yeah. Um Now when it comes to the movie, I don't know
Yo,
what you guys have.
give me 5 minutes. I gotta answer my door.
Okay.
All right.
Well, I'll try to do that. I'll just explain what the movies were about. So pretty much when it came to the movie, I've never actually seen either Tough Guys or Truck Turner. But when it comes to Tough Guys, it stars of course Isaac Hayes, Fred Williamson, and Lino Ventura. You know what I'm saying? The plot was about how this priest named Father Charlie played by Lino, and a former police officer named Isaac, played by Isaac Hayes, trying to solve a when it comes to bank robbery and everything like that too. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, man, I've never actually like I said, I've never seen the movie. I want to say almost all these movies on Tubi. I gotta double check though. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Antoine, you know me. I always look out for that. Oh, you said Tough Guys is on YouTube. Oh, that's perfect. I definitely gotta get back to my Black Exploitation movie. Plus, it's been a good minute since I've done a movie review.
What are you doing? Podcast?
Yeah, it's on me, bro.
Alright.
Yeah, just put it in the closet.
Alright.
Shout out to Lashia. Hit me up on the Insta. Oh yeah, appreciate the love for the Trouble review. Yeah.
Yeah, my bad.
Now you good, fam? We just talked.
Do you still hear the echo?
Yeah, I still do.
Okay.
You said the narrator was Sam Jackson. Nope.
Nah, I
I'm
had
ready
to
whenever you are.
yeah, I had to answer the door for the mail and shit. All right.
Can you hear me?
Yep.
Cool. All right.
Which one we
This
doing
album
first again?
has.
Tough Guys?
Yeah, we're doing Tough Guys first since you got the vinyl.
Yeah.
All right. So Tough Guys has 9 songs. Let's get started with the first track, which is the title theme. Pretty soulful joint right here. Nice way to kick off like the soundtrack and everything. Just has that slow groove, that dark melody. Pretty dope. I love it.
Yo, this remind me of Shaft. You know what I'm
I
saying?
was gonna say that about the other intro. Yeah.
Yeah, like the outro too. Like he was really feeling that Shaft soundtrack, yo, because he kept using a lot of the instruments from that theme song for this soundtrack, and it was cool. It was a nice way to start off the album. You know.
Right. Yeah, man. And I'm gonna sum that up. Since you said that, I was gonna explain some more shit by the end of those 2 reviews and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Uh,
Um, Track number 2, Randolph and Dearborn. This is actually my favorite song off this album. You know what I'm saying? I love that slow groove, especially with the horns, that da 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 da, and everything like that. And then once the second half comes, that trombone like was freezing that.
right.
I love that shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Very dope and stuff like that too. Nice little slow groove. I definitely feel like this song is very underrated. Love it.
Yeah, it was real jazzy. I love the saxophone solo on the track, and it was a nice instrumentation. You know, Definitely
Right.
enjoyed it.
Yeah, definitely enjoyed this. All right, track number 3 we got is the Red Rooster. This is another cool track. Very soulful and whatnot too. You know what I'm saying? Um, Definitely enjoyed this one. Not bad.
Yeah, this was good. It had a nice beat. The horns on it was good as well, and another solid track on from the soundtrack.
Definitely. All right, track number 4, Joe Bell. Like I mentioned before, Joe. That's Fred Williamson's character. So I guess it's like his theme song. Very cool theme. You know what I'm saying? Love the horns and the drums on this one. The drums definitely have a more thunderous feel to it. You know what I'm saying? So definitely a very dope track. One of my favorites off this album.
Yeah, this was good. I like the beat for it.
Yes, sir. Next track, Hung Up on My Baby. This is another favorite track of mine. You know what I'm saying? If you guys recognize that sample, that's the Ghetto Boys with My Mom Playing Tricks on Me.
Ding ding
You
ding
know what I'm
ding
saying?
ding ding
One
ding
of the
ding
most
ding.
famous hip hop songs ever, and probably the Ghetto Boys signature track, if you ask me.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? Very soulful, very dope. Like I love this track right here. Classic.
Hey, this is a classic right here, man. Really funky. The beat, the bass line. Every time I hear it, I think of mom playing tricks on me, and
Right.
that was a classic song too by the Ghetto Boys, and this I think it's probably the most recognizable song on this soundtrack. You know what I mean? And
Right.
this is my favorite song on here.
Yeah, I'm not mad about that. Definitely not mad about that. Um, Next track we got is Kidnapped. This is another pretty cool track right here too. You know what I'm saying? One thing I loved about this track was, you know how in every black exploitation movie we've seen, there's always like a chase scene kind of song and everything like that too. You know what I'm saying? And it always has like that hard ass horn, like that da da da.
Dun,
It
dun,
it all pretty much just sounds similar and shit like that. You know, just every time you hear those tracks, you just want to run after somebody and stuff like that. Give me my money, sucker! Like
right.
turn your ass around, dude.
Insert chase scene right here. You know.
Yeah,
Yeah. It's dope. Definitely, I like the beat and horns. I mean, the horns really stand out. Like when and where to put the horns on the song on the track. Like on a whole album like this is important. And I think Isaac Hayes
right.
always had like a good ear for that, and you know when to include certain instruments on the song, and yeah, it was dope.
Definitely. All right, next track we got is "Run Faye Run." Another another chase scene. Wait. We just talked about kidnapped, right? Okay, yeah. "Run
Yeah,
Faye Run."
yeah,
Another chase scene kind of song. See what I said about kidnapped. Play here. That's all I gotta say.
it was good. It was a good track.
Definitely. All right. Next track is "Buns O' Plenty." Very cool groove right here as well too. This one right here was more of like a soulful joint that was very led by its very dope funky guitars.
Yeah,
Yeah, I love this one. Not a bad track.
yeah, that was. I love the horns on it. It was a funky track. I love the beat.
Definitely. All right. One second. Next track and the last track is the end theme. Pretty cool end scene. Kind of like it's like a reprise of the title theme, if you ask me. Yeah, it's pretty straight.
Again, it sounded like Shaft. It sounded like I was hearing the Shaft theme song with the hi hats and everything
Definitely,
starting off. Yeah,
they can't get mad about that. Overall, one of Isaac's best soundtracks, if you ask me. You know what I'm saying? This one definitely was more on that progressive soul kind of ordeal and shit like that. You know, I definitely got to see the movie one day,
hmm,
honestly. Cause I feel like if I didn't understand the movie, I would definitely understand how the soundtrack would have worked and shit like that too. You know what I'm saying? But
right.
this soundtrack is definitely a standout when it comes to Isaac Hayes, especially when you talk about his golden run. If you ask me, from 1969 to like 1976, I'll give this 5 out of 5. Classic.
I think it was good. It was a good soundtrack. Um, I love the instrumentation, and I don't know. We've heard soundtracks from Isaac Hayes before. You know, I don't really. I mean, other than like maybe two or three tracks, I don't think it was like a standout soundtrack for me. You know what
Respect.
I'm saying? Hung up on my baby and Randolph and Dearborn, the Red Rooster. Like those are like my favorites. But I think I still feel like Shaft is better than this. I
Of
think Shaft is
course.
a classic, and you know I don't know. That's like I hear like a lot of his soundtracks, and it's like this. I've heard this before from him. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It was good. I give it like 3 mics.
Understandable.
This the movie. I never saw the movie, and it's hard to find on streaming too. So
They said it's on YouTube.
it's on YouTube. You might have to watch
Yeah.
it on there. Yeah, 'cause a lot of the if you look for it on a lot of the movie apps, they either don't have it or they got like broken links for the movie, and
Right.
you know what I mean. Like the old, you got to go to like Tubi. I don't know if Tubi would have it. Tubi should have it, but
I think
I mean
so.
like that would be a good start. Maybe Crackle might have it. The Crackle app. A lot of the movie apps that I watch is like they don't have a lot of old like depending on the year. Like if it's like back in like the 50s, the 60s. They might not have a lot of those movies available to stream in the '70s, depending on the movie. Especially the black exploitation films, they seem to like not have a lot of those. So I don't think it's on Blu-ray or 4K. So if YouTube have it, then check it on YouTube.
Yeah, definitely. All right. Now we're gonna talk about what's the next album? Truck Turner. You know what I'm saying? Let me see if I can make this shit bigger. Okay. Not want to do that. Oh, great. Sorry about that.
It's all good.
I was trying to make this slide more bigger, but fuck it.
It's StreamYard. What you expect?
I know. Oh well, this is just perfect. But while we do that, I'll fix some way because y'all wants to be a fucking dick.
I'm
But
overspeaking.
yeah, Truck Turner. This is another black exploitation soundtrack from Isaac Hayes. You know what I'm saying? This came out after Tough Guys. This is another movie he starred in. You had people like Nichelle Nichols. Yes, that Nichelle Nichols from Star Trek. You know what I'm saying? Excuse me. You got your Fat Cotto, Ellen Weeks, Paul Harris, everything like that. Yeah, pretty much when it came to this, I think this movie's about this former football player who became a bounty killer and stuff like that, and hijinks ensue. If that makes sense, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Give me 1 second. Let me try something. I love the soundtrack of this shit though.
Hmm.
Yeah, fuck it. That's the best I can do. Alright, yeah, so looks like you just shooting at motherfuckers, not taking shit from nobody. Fucking love that gangster shit if you ask me. Um I wanna say there was some singles that came out from this joint. Oh no, this one didn't come up with no singles. Oh fuck, okay. So yeah, man. Yeah, this one has 17 tracks. Let's get this shit started. The first track is the main title. This is like another version of the Shaft theme song, if you ask me. You know what I'm saying? He's actually singing on this one, talking about Truck Turner, describing him. I mean, like Try said, he's like, we've heard it before. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's like, I like the instrumentation, but just like, oh, come on, Isaac.
Come on, Isaac. It was good. I mean, we finally get to hear him, sing on one of these tracks. He didn't do a lot of singing on some of these soundtracks. You know what I mean?
Right.
And we finally get to hear him on this song, and I thought it was a good opener.
Yeah, definitely a very dope song indeed. Track number two we got is hold on, House of Beauty. Very smooth, soulful kind of joint right here. With soulful twist and everything like that. Love the melodies and the instrumentation. Yeah, this one right here is a very dope track. I love this one.
Yeah, this is dope. I love the beat for this and the bass line, and this is a banger.
Definitely. All right, track number three, we got Blues Crib. You know, self-explanatory. When it comes to like some niggas crib, they on some pimped out kind of shit. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Like I said, I've never seen this movie. I've never seen this movie before, but
I mean, same.
yeah, this one. You said what?
Yeah, I never saw the album.
Yeah, man. So this one right here, I love the instrumentation. I love the guitar on this track too.
The guitars was a standout for me on here. favorites.
Yeah, I definitely agree. Track number four, Driving in the Sun. Love this track right here. But I do admit it's a bit too long if you ask me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. I love what I mostly love about this track is the bridge where
Hmm.
like the note just goes up like da da da. Da. I love that bridge and everything like that. But
Right.
yeah, this one right here was pretty solid. Not one of my favorites, but it was decent.
Yeah, this is dope. Definitely real funky and soulful. I enjoyed it.
Right. All right. Next track is called Breakthrough. This one was okay. Wasn't really one of my favorites on the project. You know,
Right. It was okay. I enjoyed it.
definitely. All right. Next song is Now We're One. This is another smooth joint right here, where like the guitar and the horns definitely took center stage on this one. You know, you have definitely some of Isaac Hayes' best orchestral work on this one. Love it.
Again, like the horns for me stand out. The horn arrangements and the beat, and it was funky.
Yeah, very funky indeed. All right, next track we got is The Duke. Very, very, very jazzy joint right here. You know what I'm saying? Um, yeah, man, fucking dope. I think The Duke was played by Scatman Crothers. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? Very dope entertainer. Rest in peace to him.
The Duke, yeah, this was a banger. Love the beat, you know, real funky track. The instrumentation by Isaac, definitely a fire track.
Yeah, fire track indeed. All right, next joint we got is The Windows Party. Very dope track, very swanky melody and jazzy and shit like that too. You know what I'm saying? Um, yeah, man, like this joint right here, definitely what you would expect. Like, but again, it's like something we kind of heard from him before. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? So yeah, that's what I have to say.
Yeah, it was cool. Not one of my favorites, but it was alright.
Right. All right. Next joint, Pursuit of the Pimp Mobile. Okay. Um. Yeah. Despite the name, this is actually my favorite track on this album. It's like a vintage Isaac Hayes kind of song and everything like that too. You know what I'm saying? Just cruising down the street, like just bumping this shit with the bass line and the guitars and everything like that. Like very, very, very dope.
Yeah, this is really smooth, real laid back type of track.
Right. All right. Next joint we got is "We Need Each Other, Girl." Out of all the tracks on this album, this is the one I wished he would have definitely had some vocals on, in my opinion.
Mhm.
Very, very, very fire track. Very fire track, if you ask me. Like it definitely gives you that quintessential Isaac Hayes kind of ballad and stuff like that. Like it reminds me of that joint Few More Kisses to Go, if
Mhm.
that makes sense. So yeah, must listen to. I wish you would have some vocals on this one.
Yeah, this was dope. I love the beat for this. You know, I don't know I don't know if it would have been great with him singing. I think it was good as an instrumental. So
Okay, I feel you on that. Next joint is House Full of Girls. This one he did some singing on. You know what
okay,
I'm saying? This one was an okay track and two. Really wasn't really one of my favorites though, but it was still decent.
this is dope. Definitely enjoyed it. Love the beat for this.
All right. Next joint is Hospital Shootout. Again, a chase scene, s kind of song and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? But this one right here is another dope track. This is another quintessential Isaac Hayes joint right here too. So I'm not mad about that.
Yeah, this is fire. One of my favorites on this soundtrack.
Right. All right. Next song we got is "You're in My Arms Again." I didn't really care for this one. To keep it real with you.
It was alright.
Right. All right. After that, we got is "Give It to Me." Pretty dope track. Love the horns on this one and everything like that. I can't get mad.
Yeah, this was fire. Definitely enjoyed it.
Right. All right. After that one, we got is "Drinking." This one kind of like has a gospel is kind of feel to it. You know what I'm saying? I love the organ on this one. Kind of very different kind of sound for Isaac when it comes to his soundtracks and stuff too. Going back to his roots. So yeah, I fuck with this one.
Yeah, this is. I love the drums on this. Definitely a banger.
I agree. All right. And next one is the insurance company. Um, well, this one was alright. Really wasn't one of my favorites, but it was decent.
So it was cool.
Definitely. All right. And the last track is the end theme. Self-explanatory. The finale, whatever you want to call it. I mean, it was alright.
This was dope. I like the beat for this.
Right. All right. And that's all the time we have for this album. Overall, this soundtrack, I'm not gonna hold you. It's okay. It's pretty decent. I'm more of like a tough guys kind of nigga, if you ask me. You know what I'm saying? The thing with this soundtrack was the fact that, like what Try mentioned, and I'm just gonna keep it real with you. I love Isaac Hayes,
Mm,
but I definitely felt like the black exploitation soundtracks that he was doing, like after Shaft, it
yeah.
definitely kind of like pigeonholed him in a way, and that's why I kind of cringe whenever people want to compare Isaac Hayes to Barry White. You know what I'm saying? Because Barry White, he's that dude. Like Barry White, songwriter. Like he never really done no black exploitation album. And, I mean, yeah, I mean he's like the love man, the love songs, but it's not always like there's more than meets the eye when it comes to Barry White. I felt like when it came to Isaac Hayes, like even though I said like 69 to 76 is his golden period,
Mm,
I want to put more of an emphasis on Hot Buttered Soul all the way up to possibly like the Joy album. You
mm,
know what I'm saying? Even though Joy, I kind of had some in to say about Joy too, but my favorite album from Isaac Hayes is actually The Black Moses from '71. That's actually my favorite joint from him. But
yeah.
that's besides the point. But other than that, I mean, it's still very good. If you're an Isaac Hayes fan, there's definitely a lot of stuff you can find and you can love when it comes to this project right here. You know what I'm saying? So I'm definitely gonna give this album a 3.5 out of 5.
Yeah, it was cool. There's some songs I liked. You know, I didn't think anything stood out for me on this though.
Right.
So I'm gonna give it 3.
Respect, respect. All right. Stay on for maybe another 10 more minutes. Truck Turner is Quentin Tarantino's favorite movie. Yep, I remember him saying that and shit.
Yeah, that don't mean it's gonna be our favorite movie.
Oh, Barry White does have a soundtrack called Together Brothers. I've never heard that one.
Never heard it.
Yeah, I definitely gotta do some more Barry White reviews. Alrighty. Truck Turner is more darker than Tough Guys. I'll definitely have to watch that sometime tonight or sometime this week if I have time. I was actually watching the show on Hulu called The Other Black Girl
Mm-hmm.
and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? You heard about that joint?
Nah, what's that about?
Um, it's pretty much about this black girl who works at a white company, and this other black girl comes and pretty much it's like a thriller kind of ordeal. I'm only on the third episode and shit too. So far, it's pretty good.
Like,
It's like one of those Jordan Peele s kind of shit. You know what I'm saying?
Oh boy. So it's not a horror then, even though they say it's a horror.
No, I said it's like it's a show. It's like a comedy drama thriller.
Right. Wow.
All right. Lil Wayne's about to drop a new mixtape pretty soon.
Yep. Before the Carter Six.
If that's ever gonna come out.
I feel like he needs to drop the whole title, the whole Carter thing. Like he's been
I
doing this for like a
I
minute.
I agree.
You know what I'm saying? We don't need another sequel.
It's like whenever he drops a whack album, oh, I got another Carter coming.
Yeah. That's his fallback. The Carter series. Just give us a dope new album. It don't need to be titled Carter. That is laziness.
Well, at least Wayne has three good Carters. Jay Z has one good blueprint. So,
Yeah, I agree. Easy had the better trilogy.
well, Carter Five has some dope shit though. I ain't gonna hold you,
Yeah.
but it was just too
But I
fucking
mean,
long. And
look
you
how
can,
long we waited for that. We waited forever for that
right?
album. There's still albums he has that hasn't dropped.
Yeah, he was supposed to come out with something with Joel Santana, but then Joel's went to
That never
jail.
came out. Yeah, Can't Feel My Face. Well, they got the leaked tracks online for that. I think it's too late for
And
that
then
to
he was
come
supposed to
out.
come out.
Hmm.
He had an album with T Pain that never came out.
Right, that got leaked. I think
Yeah,
T
that
Pain
was
was the
trash.
one that leaked it. Yeah, I didn't care for that. He had the there was another one. It was like 6 albums that he was supposed to come out with, including Carter Five and The Funeral. Well, those got released.
Right.
You know, he had a sequel to Rebirth that never dropped.
Thank God.
You know, but I was like, I'm already over the Carter thing. It's like you gave us 3 great ones. That was good. That was good enough. This another Carter. We in Carter 6 now, and like, come on,
It's like we still doing this shit, Wayne.
you know. And it's his. I don't know. Like is the hype for Weezy over, or is it still a thing?
It's still a thing.
'Cause, I mean, look at how many, like, he's been out for a minute. Look how many, like, artists came out since Weezy, or like they were influenced by Weezy. You know.
Oh, shoot. Antoine said after that album, Stax Records went downhill, out of business. Isaac Hayes, Staple Singles, Barcades, Johnny Taylor, and the rest got picked up by major labels. Yeah, man, Stax by 75, Stax was done.
Man.
It was done. Honestly, to be real with you,
Hmm.
when Otis Redding died, it was slowly the beginning of the end, in my opinion.
Like,
They were still dope. They still had dope artists, but it was just like they weren't able to fill that void.
facts.
BG is back in the studio. Yeah, shout out to BG. He actually got his GED too, so shout out to him. My boy did more out of prison than Bobby Schmurder and shit. That's what's up. But Bobby Schmurder is not doing nothing.
Mm-mm-mm. Terrible.
But nigga said he was gonna save New York hip hop and shit.
It don't need saving by him. It never needed saving. It was just we had more of our artists doing down south shit than our own sound.
Yeah.
Thoughts on the new Puffy album? Have you heard it?
I've not heard it yet.
It's best
I got a
since No
few more
Way Out.
albums to listen to. Fuck you.
That's his best since No Way Out.
If I try to say that, then that means something.
It means he ain't on it like that. That's what it means. Thank God. Like, let the actual artists do their thing.
Yeah, Isaac's from Memphis. Dartmouth. So I'm trying to think what my next artist Sunday is going to be.
Let me think.
Cause, hmm, I did say Radiohead, but they have like 9 albums, and I don't really want to talk too much of Radiohead at this moment. But I do want to talk about the Rainbows album. If I do, maybe do a double review.
Okay.
Hmm.
I like one Puffy album because that was supposed to be the only album we got from him ever. One album turned into a whole bunch of other shit. And No Way Out is a classic because of who was on it. It wasn't a classic because of him.
Right.
Let's be clear about that. You know what I'm saying? All that other shit that he dropped, PD Forever, the saga continues, press play, all that was garbage.
Right.
This album is as an actual R&B album. Like he has established artists, Babyface, John Legend, Justin Bieber, Summer Walker, her, The Dream, established artists, Busta Rhymes, Fabulous. It's an actual R&B album. The Busta Rhymes and Fabulous are like the only two rappers on that album. And
Right.
Puffy's not on every song like he's used to doing. He let the actual artist be the actual artist. Production was good. So
I just texted you, by the way.
yeah, I don't have to like him to listen to the album. I still feel like he's a piece of shit and he's a crook. But he has a good he put out a good R&B album. I'm not kissing his ass like you all do.
Because the original Bar-Kays died with Otis, the two members are still alive. One is was not in the plane. The other was the one the plane survived. Yeah, every time he tells that story, it's sad as fuck. But Dartmouth said, which rapper sounded the best with Marley Marl? Ooh, this is the question I like. Okay,
LL.
I want to be real with you. This might be very controversial, but I want to say Master Ace. That whole Take a Look Around album,
Okay.
fire, fire. But if I was to say a non-Juice Crew member, I would definitely, of course, say LL Cool J.
Yeah, definitely.
What about you?
It's LL for me. Mama said Knock You Out is his best album.
Definitely.
You know,
Okay, bet.
even like the underrated stuff on 14 Shots that don't get no type of love was banging. The stuff Marley did on Mr. Smith, No Airplay, one of my favorites. I loved it. Marley worked with everybody. Biz Markie, his stuff with Biz was classic.
Right.
You know, he was everywhere doing shit. The shit he did for the youngsters, Lords of the Underground first album.
Yep.
Yeah, CNN. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, he's a legend.
Yo, try. You're gonna love this next artist Sunday.
I know. Yeah, I just saw it.
Yes, sir. 'Cause I know you did not want to do Master P a whole.
Not a Master P fan. I respect his hustle. He's a mogul. He's a legend. But I wasn't a Master P fan.
Respect. Make him sing. Na 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 na.
That's probably the first song they. That's the first song they played up here on New York radio. Was that joint? Because they didn't play a lot of No Limit up here. They played like certain songs like that. They played I Got the Hookup. Uh, that's about it. And they played the joint he did with Dipset when he did over the Body Body with Cameron.
Yeah,
But that was on the Dipset album. Yeah, they played
I
that.
love that.
That's really about it. They ain't play nothing else.
All right. right. Well, I'm gonna reveal the next artist Sunday next week after the Nothing But Love review.
Yeah.
And then I know we still got the Mariah Carey for December.
Oh God, we still doing Mariah? You should be paying us for this shit. You should get that bitch on here. She should be the special guest for that review. I thought we were done with Mariah. We still doing Mariah shit?
No, I told you we're still doing Mariah.
Jesus Christ, I'm gonna have to drink for that one.
I was also thinking about doing Prince's post Rainbow show, doing some albums from Prince.
Right. Now, so I'm more up for Prince than Mariah.
Okay. You know what they say, you gotta mix the good in with the bad, you know?
And she had a lot of bad after Mimi.
I know. Trust me, I know. But you know what? It's a challenge. It's a
Bigger
challenge, you
crook,
know.
Diddy. Definitely, it's definitely Diddy. Birdman is a crook too, but it's definitely Diddy. Diddy is like the biggest crook of all. He's like the fucking hamburger. You know.
Yeah, Birdman learned from Diddy and shit.
Yeah, like Diddy is definitely the biggest crook.
Alright, 5 more minutes. Yeah, Nothing But Love is gonna be next Sunday, probably midnight. Yeah. Yeah, that's my favorite Heavy D album, just letting you know.
Man,
Yo, thanks for the love on the Blue Funk review. I didn't know y'all were gonna vibe with that one a lot and shit.
Blue Funk, a great album.
You know, it's crazy how that album didn't get popular like that, you know what I'm saying, when it first came out.
Because he had a harder street sound to the album. And he didn't put out a
Right.
lot of singles. He put out Who's the Man, Truthful, Blue Funk. I loved it.
Yeah, I
Deliverance
loved
or
it too.
Dark Days, Bright Nights, definitely my favorite Bubba Sparks album. I think Timberland was prime Timberland on that, with the production and the songs were dope.
Yeah, I'm not a Bubba Sparks fan like that, so.
Deliverance, I don't think I heard that one. I gotta check that one out.
You have a favorite Juvenile album?
Reality Check. That one.
You said what?
It's called Reality Check. I think Reality Check. If
Uh,
I'm not mistaken. That one was dope.
yeah, I might have to go with either 400 Degrees or G Code for me.
I think I have G Code. Is that the one with Back That Ass Up?
Um, no, that's 400 Degrees, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay, I gotta check.
That's another artist I want to definitely do some reviews on, but I already have 400 Degrees and shit.
Yeah, I don't have that one.
Q said, what do you think about 3121 from Prince? Very cool album. You know what I'm saying? I have to re-listen to it though.
Yeah, I only remember the Black Sweat single from that.
You know what's crazy?
Hmm.
That song was actually my introduction to Prince, and I never liked it like that.
Black Sweat.
Yeah, I never liked that song. Man.
Well, that's the only single I remember him releasing from that album.
He had Te Amo Corrosion too, which
Oh,
I
the
love you
Spanish
in
joint.
Spanish.
Okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
I remember that joint. I never saw the video for that though. Yeah, I
You know,
have to go back and listen to that.
yeah. You know, I go back and forth which one I like most, Musicology or 3121.
Mm.
I think I'm more of a Musicology nigga, to be real with you.
That was a better album.
Yeah.
That was a
But
better album.
3121 still was cool.
Yeah, player. Their first album, Cheers to You, was dope. Love
Yes.
Timberland production on that, and rest in peace, Static Major. The two surviving members from Player are in Drew Hill now.
So are they called Drew Hill Player now?
Nah, it's just Drew Hill. They just a part of the group now.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Yeah,
All right. Dope album by Heavy D, Blue Funk, little bit boom bap. Oh, it was a lot of boom bap on that one as well. A lot of boom bap.
yeah. I think that's why I liked it.
Same.
You know, he had different shit on there. Like how heavy gonna give you his reggae joint and his R&B and then his hip hop. It was great.
Definitely. Balloon Mind State is 30 years old. Oh, yep.
Classic.
Yeah, they released it on Spotify. They finally put
One of
that
their
song Mind State.
Yeah,
Huh?
I say one of their most underrated.
Right. Have you ever heard that one joint called Mind State?
They had like they added the extra tracks, Mind State and Lovely How My Mind
Yeah.
Feel. Um, was it Shife MCs?
Yep.
That one I heard. I remember hearing Shife MCs back in the '90s. When college radio would play it, and even back then we knew it was an unreleased joint. I think it was in the Source magazine, like under like the Fat Tape section. It was like unreleased, and I never understood why they never released those songs.
They really did those songs to fuck with Tommy Boy's head.
Oh,
But when Tommy Boy liked it, that's when they didn't put it on the album.
right. And they already had Stone Age with Biz. I'm assuming that's why they didn't put the other Biz Monkey collab on the album. But
Right.
that's a classic album, man. I loved it. To me, is their most underrated. That would be like the last time they did anything with Prince Paul.
Yes, sir.
And definitely
Well,
that was a great album.
they were on Prince Paul's album though. I think of Prince
Right,
Among Thieves.
right. No, I mean, but like for their shit,
Oh shit!
what happened?
I forgot to do something. Oh my god.
Yeah, for their album, that was definitely. I feel like they needed more singles too. Like they put out Ego Trippin' and Break the Dawn, but I always wanted to see like a video for I Am I Be. Patty Duke with Guru, a classic. You know,
Right.
In the Woods with Shorty No Mask. They had that was every track on there was fire, man. That was such a great album.
Shit, I forgot to do something, but
Coolie High
let me.
Harmony or Coolie High. What's 93?
I'm guessing he's talking about the reissue that came out.
I only got the OG copy. I never listened to the reissue. What's on the reissue?
That's with End of the Road, and I think it's Never Hard to Say Goodbye to Yesterday.
But that was on. It's
I got.
called this. It's on the original one.
Oh, wow.
You don't hold up. That your
Well,
version doesn't have that.
I got the reissue. Hold on. Let me get it. Hold on.
Didn't they add like the Symphony remix and stuff like that on there?
Yeah, they added a couple of
Symphony.
remixes and shit.
Yeah, the remixes are on there. That's that. And the thing is, they had a remix album and they still didn't put those joints on there.
Perfect.
I only got the OG. Thanks. Shout out to Eric for that. Um, I like the OG better. Like the album cover to me is a better one.
Same.
End of the Road. I had that on cassette single when that came out, but their greatest hits has End of the Road anyway. So I wasn't really
Right.
tripping for the reissue like that.
Shout out to my boy Ant. I'm about to do a podcast with him tomorrow.
Shout out to him, Champ Tyson.
All right, man. There's a few more people, then I gotta go. They were having fun, but at the same time, they were serious on this album. Yeah, Balloon might stay. That just goes over a lot of people's heads and shit like that. You know what I'm saying?
It might blow up, but it won't go pop. Yeah, we just with those lines, we already knew what they were coming with.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like they were definitely against going pop and selling out.
Rest in peace, Dove. By the way.
Yes, I saw them. They were they did an episode with Talib and Macy was crying on that one. That was a good episode. And they were talking about releasing Artificial Intelligence Part 3. Like that's gonna be the next album from them, and
Oh
putting
wow.
more music, coming out with more music. Turning the Mac was a classic mixtape album. Him and Alchemist.
Yes.
You know, you had joints like was it stuck on you? Rotten
Yep.
Apple was my favorite. Rotten Apple, I think I heard a lot of people on that. There's a freestyle, there's a remix with Prodigy and Sean P. And Sean P got on that beat and killed it. You know, all of those joints on Return to Mac were fire.
Definitely. Best underrated '96 hip hop album: Beats, Rhymes, or Life, or Stakes is High. Ooh, I gotta go with
Is
Stakes
Stakes
is
is High
High.
underrated though? Is that considered underrated?
I don't consider it underrated, to be real with you.
I think that was to me the last classic album. Stakes is High. You know,
Right.
I don't consider it underrated. Beats, Rhymes, and Life was good too. You know, but yeah, Stakes is High to me was like the better album.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you about that.
Crazy Bone has sarcoidosis. It's has something to do with his lungs. Like he was coughing up blood. He had a first surgery. He was still coughing up blood. They gave him a second surgery. Now he's on a ventilator. So basically, he has like a machine breathing from it. If he doesn't start breathing on his own, they're gonna have to end up pulling the plug on him.
Right.
And my aunt died from the same thing.
Sorry for your
You
loss,
know,
man.
so that was a long time ago, 2005. And so yeah, it's definitely serious for Crazy Bone right now.
Okay. All
Favorite
right. Other
Doug
than that,
Silver
I'm actually
album.
like,
What's your favorite? I haven't
favorite.
heard none of all of them. I heard Doug Mentality and Doug on the Line. Busy Bone first solo album. That was Heaven's Movie. That was a good one. Flesh and Bone, the Doug's album. That was good.
Yeah, I haven't heard all of them either. But yeah, man, I'm actually about to end this off right here because I'm about to get some rest before I make some dinner tonight. All right. So tomorrow at 9 p.m. is going to be the Rome Streets album. You know what I'm saying? Streets wasn't built in a day. Definitely can't wait to talk about that one. That recently came out. You know what I'm saying? So that's gonna be tomorrow at 9 p.m. Wait, hold up. No, scratch that. Tomorrow at 11. You said 11, right? Yeah, tomorrow at
Yeah,
11.
11. Yeah, yeah. I'm going
Yeah.
live tomorrow. You joining us, right?
Yeah. Once I get home, I'ma join.
Yes, 8 p.m. tomorrow on my channel, Rockabash and Reg. We talking about a historical day in hip hop for three albums that dropped this month. At the end of this month, it's the anniversary for them, and we just gonna. It's not even a review. Just gonna get our thoughts on those three albums and favorite like top five tracks from each album. You know what I'm saying? So that's gonna be fun.
Yeah, I definitely can't wait to talk about that.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. So shout out to Try Speak That Ain't Rap podcast tomorrow at 8 p.m. And
Yes.
then tomorrow at my channel at 11 p.m. We're going to talk about Rome Streets album.
Yes.
And then
That's the
also,
Griselda, the Griselda debut, I believe.
yeah,
Yeah. No, DAT. That I spelled it on purpose like that. DAT ain't rap podcast. Not the regular way you spell it. DAT.
right. And then Thursday at midnight too, it's gonna be the Beverly Hills Cop 3 soundtrack review. You know what I'm saying?
A
The
soundtrack
last
I haven't
Beverly Hills
heard,
Cop.
so
Yeah, I never heard this soundtrack either.
that's gonna be interesting.
For yeah, definitely can't wait to talk about that. I'm gonna send you my schedule once I get. I think I might get my schedule like Thursday or Friday the latest.
All right.
Sunday it's gonna be the Nothing But Love review. You know what I'm
Yes.
saying? So definitely can't wait to talk about that one. You know what I'm saying? So other than that, these Isaac Hayes reviews, these Isaac Hayes albums, I believe they're out of print, but they shouldn't be too expensive. Well, maybe on vinyl, but on CD it shouldn't be too expensive. So if you can find it, must have in your collection.
So,
And that's all the time we have for today. Appreciate this try as usual. Any more thoughts before we head out?
any more thoughts?
Yeah, anything else you have to say or no?
Oh yeah, I just recorded a new episode with the R&B reps, Elise and JR last night. Look out for that
Yes.
whenever they drop it. That they probably won't drop until like November. Who knows? I don't know. But they have a lot of stuff coming. I know you're recording with them this week too.
Yeah, I'm doing this Saturday.
Yeah. So look out for that. Look out for the next episode, 80s and 90s. We're in season 4. That's gonna drop on Friday night. Um, Shout out to Hip Hop Soul Jalen. We're doing another podcast together, a brand new podcast with him and I forgot his homeboy, and that's gonna be on probably on Instagram. We might do the podcast, but we definitely he wants to get into the podcast, and so um, shout out to him and I know he hit me up. He wants to come back on here with you, Reg, and review Mary J. Blige, Love and Life,
Yeah,
and
I'm gonna talk to him about that because I've been thinking about
yeah.
trying to see the big hype for that fucking album.
Yeah,
You
because
know
he
what I'm
was he was
saying? So,
talking and he was like he loves Mary, but he don't like the Mary song on the new Diddy album. And I thought the Mary song was
really?
yeah, he didn't care for it
Oh,
because it's a sample. Like they sample "Don't Go" from My Life, and
oh,
he felt like it should have been like a whole new beat instead of just them sampling something from before.
okay. Well, I'm gonna hit him up. I'm gonna hit him up after this review and stuff like that. Cause I'm trying to plan out the Steve Harvey show review for next week too.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah.
So
By the way, Mike, if you're watching, if you're down for that, I don't know if you like Steve Harvey show or not, but feel free because I'm trying to ask Ashley too.
right.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. That's a bet.
Definitely can't wait. Thank y'all so much for watching, and I'll see y'all tomorrow. Peace.
Peace.